The advice I'll give in this video is exactly what I wish I knew 4 years ago when I was starting out. And 4 years ago, I had zero clue what I was doing. I was skinny fat, horrible habits, didn't want to go to the gym, was comfortable with saying no, or essentially saying no to my future self that I could have become. And I just remember these days, man, when I was really skinny fat, when I was just, my discipline was like out of a fucking whack, and I wasn't able to, I was so weak that I just wasn't able to even do like 5 push-ups. And I would just say to myself, delay it. We can do it tomorrow. And that tomorrow never came. So if you're watching this video right now, I assume you probably are having the same problem. And I just wish, man, somebody had made this type of video when I was starting out, because nobody fucking did this. I just want to help you out, because I figured this bullshit out, how you can train without having this negative, doubtful mind, and without all this garbage that you can think of that is going to stop you. So without further ado, if you don't know who I am, by the way, my name is Jarko, and I help busy and ambitious entrepreneurs sort out their health and fitness so they can make money with their business. This is me about 4 years ago. I was skinny fat, in the middle about skinny, and then got jacked, and I also helped my friend get jacked and a couple of more people. And there is about 10 pieces of advice in this video that I want to give to you, and that is planned for this video. So the first piece of advice that I truly wish somebody gave me when I was starting out was this one. Is like, either train alone or with somebody who has similar goals to you. And the reason why I'm saying this right now is because, like, if you don't have people who are going to support you towards this journey, like, it's going to be really, really hard. I don't know what is happening with my arm, man. What the fuck? Okay. It's going to be really hard for you to get jacked or build muscle or train, because you have to essentially fight not only with the part of you who doesn't want to go, but also with other people who just have the different goals for you. And so the way I got jacked, which is probably like, not the cool way, not the fun way, is I just trained alone. Like, for a long time I was just alone in the gym for about, how much? Like 9 months. And I'm not saying this because I want to get your empathy, whatever. I'm saying this because you have to realize that you will have to sacrifice some things. You will have to sacrifice some things. And it was only up until I was training with somebody who had similar goals to me that I was able to realize, like, fuck, this is actually going to propel me even forward. But before that, man, like, it was just alone. Like, it was just being in the gym after doing some bullshit that I had to do, and that was it. That was it. Like, it's going to be not fun. You will sacrifice some things, but that is okay. And you just have to ask yourself, like, is this actually what I want? Like, be honest with yourself. Because most likely, like, if you're watching this video right now, there's a version of you who is saying that you don't want to get jacked. And until that version of you is just disappeared, like, until he's just gone, you don't want to fucking do it, man. So the story of this, for this first lesson, is Mr. Beast video where 2 people are just like in a nuclear bunker and they're like spend 50 days in it. And one wants to leave, everything goes crazy, and then he decides to stay and everything is amazing. The point that I'm trying to make over here is that, like, nothing makes us bond better than 2 people having the same goal. If you have people in your life who don't have the same goal with you, cut them off. Like, I'm being real, cut them fucking off. That is the first and most important lesson that I wish that I knew. Like, nothing is going to help you more than cutting people who just don't have the same fucking alignment with you for the life you want to have. It's hard to do in the beginning, but you realize that it is a fucking requirement. And that is why I put it the first thing. Okay? A second lesson. Accountability is an excuse for people who have no self-trust. This is a big one. It will hurt a lot of people. But accountability, as I see it, is honestly, man, not even that important. Like, the only accountability that you need, like, it is helpful. Don't get me wrong. But if you can't do something because of accountability, because you need somebody else to, like, go ahead, you're going to be amazing, motivate you, whatever else. People root for people who don't fucking need it. That is the truth. And so if you wish for somebody to fucking root for you before you fucking prove it to yourself, then guess fucking what? You're fucked. Because the world does not give a fuck. Stop trying to find accountability. Stop trying to use this as an excuse. But I need this person to like me, and I need people. Like, I just see it all over again on the internet, man. Like, people saying, and it fucking gets me mad because, like, for example, I type in why, like, biggest problems in fitness, and people say, but no, there's nobody supporting me. Yes, because you are friends with people who support the old version of you. And for you to get jacked, for you to get a different result, you need to change your fucking friend group. Accountability is an excuse for people who have low self-trust. Because if you can't trust yourself, then why the fuck do you need other people to be able to trust yourself? Like, what the fuck? Just build it yourself. Until you can trust yourself, I don't trust you. And nobody will fucking trust you because you have to take care of your fucking self. Nobody can work out for you. Nobody. You need to have self-trust and to believe I can fucking do this shit. Accountability is bullshit. You need to be accountable only with your fucking self. Only with him. You can have it on the side if you want, but you get a point. You need to have it as your rule. Now, there's different types of accountability, which I don't want to go into right now, but self-accountability and also external accountability, and they're both amazing. But I hate the excuse of accountability. But there's nobody supporting me. I need somebody to keep me accountable, which it sounds amazing and it sounds perfect in a good world, but it doesn't fucking work. It doesn't, because you still have to take the action. Lesson number 3, have fun. If you don't have fun, you're going to quit. Because I did so. When I was starting out, it was no fucking fun to work out. And that is why I quit. I mean, I never quit, but I just didn't want to do it. And it was because I never was able to understand or derive pleasure and joy from being in pain. Like, it sounds like a masochistic type of mindset, but you have to realize that, like, fun is everything. Like, you have to be able to pick what you want to do. Pick different exercise. That is why I love gym, is because I can pick what the fuck I want to do. I'm not just bound to, like, doing 5 push-up variations and 5 like lat movements and that's it. That is why I love fucking gym, is because I can just go there, I can just choose what I want to do. You need to have different variations, different exercises, and do whatever is going to make you feel like it's fun going there. Speaking to people. Just make sure that you have fun, because if you don't have fun, I'm telling you right now, you will never come back. That is why I didn't come back and I didn't work out the next days, because it was boring. I just hated it. I was in my room sweating, a small place, doing the same fucking workouts over and over again. Like, of course I'm going to quit. Of course. So just make sure you have variety, you can do different things, and you feel freedom. Mental freedom to be able to do whatever you want. So have fun. Next one. If people say you have changed, good. It means you've grown. Big one. Pretty big one. I remember this one time when the first time I ever started, like, waking up early. So for most of my life, I was like waking up at 10 a.m. Horrible sleep. And then I began waking up at 5 a.m. And naturally, when you wake up at 5 a.m., like, you need to go to bed earlier. And so I was going to bed at like 9 maybe. At 9, 8. And at that time, I wasn't able to, like, play video games. I wasn't able to, like, stay up late and do, like, all the cool boy shit, whatever. And because of that, like, I remember my friends were like, why are you doing all this? Like, why are you just, like, waking up at 5 a.m.? Like, what is the point? And I remember it so clearly because it was an indicator that something was changing. And I knew something was changing. And that person was me. You have to realize one thing. If your friends are saying you have changed, and you know, like you feel this is a right path for you, amazing. That is an indicator you're doing what the fuck you're supposed to be doing all this time. And the reason why I'm saying this right now is because, like, we grow as people from pain. We grow when we change our surrounding, essentially. And if people say, you have changed, it means you have grown. Because what they're saying is that they are afraid, or they themselves don't like you, or the version of you who are right now, because they feel uncomfortable with themselves, because they know they're facing the same fucking decision. And guess what? They are, but you are not facing the same decision. You're doing the thing you're supposed to be doing. So if people say you have changed, good. It means you're grown. You should not be fucking afraid of it. Like, don't be afraid of saying, yes, I have changed, because yes, you have fucking changed. Cool, we are humans. We're malleable, we can change. Take it as a pride. Like, for some people it is an insult, but for me it is an amazing thing. People say you have changed. I'm like, thanks. If you really mean it, take it as a compliment, not an insult. Lesson number 5. Remind yourself more. We need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. It's a quote from Alex Hormozi, and I fucking love it because fitness is all the same. Like, you can have all the basics that you need, and at that point, it is just how hard you row. Like, that is all you need. Like, you can just watch fitness videos after fitness videos, but they're all the same. They're all the fucking same. All you need to do is apply the knowledge over time, and then maybe learn something new. But essentially, it's more about reminding yourself. More about, okay, I should be doing this. I should be tracking my weight. I should be doing this. It's more about reminding yourself than it is about learning new things, because you have all the knowledge you need. Like, you have it. You can just Google, watch 3 fucking fitness videos, and everything is there. How much protein, how much macronutrients, how much this, how much volume, how much this bullshit. You have everything you fucking need. Like, you don't need to watch another video on how much do you need to rest in between the set. You don't need fucking that garbage. You know what to do. Just do it. That's it. Give up everything you need to give up to make that one fucking thing work. Remind yourself more. That's it. Lesson number 5. It is not about how hard you're rowing, but in which boat you're rowing, or in which boat you're in. Quote from... How's the guy called? I fucking forgot. Oh my god. Anyway, Warren Buffett. Yeah, exactly. The reason I'm giving you this lesson right now is because you have to realize that calisthenics, home workouts, they're different boats, or even gym. It's a different kettlebell workout. It's a different boat. But you have to find the one that you like the most. Because if you don't like repetitive workouts, cool, don't fucking do them. If you don't like calisthenics, you just like use body weight and you just do dips and pull-ups and that's it, cool, don't fucking do it. Try or do what you fucking like to do. That's it. Like, if home workouts suck, which for me do, calisthenics sucks, which for me also do, gym was fucking amazing. And it's probably because I could just do whatever I wanted to do in the gym. But you need to understand, it is not about how hard you're rowing, but in which boat you are rowing in. Because if your boat has fucking leaks and you hate it, even if you row the fucking hardest, you're still going to sink. But if you have like a fucking cruiser that is, just like, put the engine on and you're like, going to the fucking lake, then you're going to get there much faster. So pick the vehicle that you fucking like. Lesson number 7. Weight does not matter as much as you think. This is that's such an important lesson because people think weight is everything. It is not fucking everything. Okay? You can get puffed up, lifting up a bit more weight, a bit less weight, it doesn't matter. What matters is you taking a set to failure, good intensity or a lot of intensity. You have decent volume, which means you do 3 exercises for muscle per week, maybe even more, depending on what you train, how much you train, and your recovery. And that's it. Like, you don't need to just be like, oh man, how much am I going to do? Like, I'm not adding more weight. Like, you should add more weight, of course, always. That is like a bad sign of probably recovery, testosterone, and what else? Overtraining also could be the problem. So if that is the case, that is happening, then yeah, sure, like, you can, have to recover. But if you believe that if you just are, not lifting a lot of weight, and if you're not doing the 8 to 12 reps for the set to build muscle, like, no, you can even do 20 reps and you're still going to build muscle, just depending on how close you are to failure. That's all it matters. All it matters is the intensity. Like, you can even, for God's sake, you can even build muscle just doing like bicep curls with plastic water bottles. If you do 1,000 reps, like, it's going to fucking hurt, even if it's just a plastic water bottle, okay? So weight does not matter as much as you think, but it does matter in the terms that if you can possibly do it in about 4 to 30 reps per set, and you're going to be fine. Even if you use lighter, heavier weight, you're going to build muscle no matter what. Next, lesson number 8. What gets managed gets tracked, or what gets tracked gets managed. This was something I talked about in my last video, but it's also important, man, because when I tracked my weight, every time I did it, I was able to achieve my goals faster. And it's probably because, like, when you track your weight, the first couple of days, even we could say a week and a half, nothing changes. And it's painful seeing that. And so because nothing changes, you're like, fuck, man, I have to get my shit together. And exactly, you have to get your fucking shit together. And that is why what gets tracked gets fucking managed. Always remember that. If you track something, like, for example, let's say, you track your weight, you track your calories, you track your macros, you track everything that you need to track. Your training, your protein, even when you're eating your meals. The only possible outcome is you getting jacked. Like, there is not any other outcome possible than you getting jacked if you do all these things. Like, if you track everything. Because what gets tracked gets managed. Remember that. It's like such an important thing, because I wish I knew this when I was starting out, because I was like, oh, tracking doesn't matter, and you don't need to track. In the beginning, yes, fine. If you have like noob gains, you can still gain them. But later, as you move on, like, tracking is so fucking important. Lesson number 9. Know exactly what you're doing. Know your inputs. This, again, like, going back to every other lesson that I talked about, you need to have a clear reason why you're doing something. Like, it has to be clear. Because, I see people in the gym who are just like doing some weird workouts. You know how some people like grab the lat pull down bar and they do it behind the back? It doesn't train anything. The reason is because, oh well, Arnold fucking did it once in 1995. Who cares? Who fucking cares? The point is, you need to have a reason why you're doing something. If you know why you're doing something, it's going to be much easier to stick to it. So if I look, for example, to my life when I was starting out like dieting, I was never able to stay consistent because I didn't understand why I was doing it in the first place. Because I was like, okay, I don't know, everybody's doing it. But if you know why you're doing something, it's going to be way easier to fucking stick to it. You need to know your inputs. You need to know why you're doing each thing. Because if you don't, you will not get the results that you want. You need to know what is causing what. Like, what cause is going to give what effect. If you don't know that, everything I talked about is just going to flop. Okay? Know the reason. And lesson number 10. Do all these and wait for 5 years. That's it. That's it. Like, you have to be able to stick to one thing for a lot of time, do it without seeing results, and wait. Like, I know it's not the cool and sexy answer that you wished for, like, buy this supplement and do this. I wish I took this pill when I was. Wait. Like, be fucking patient, do something else. That's it. So if you're somebody who is an entrepreneur, ideally an entrepreneur, and who wants to start his health and fitness, what the fuck is happening with my language? Down below, first link in description. Okay, you can book a call, and I'm just looking for 5 guys who I'm going to coach for really cheap, maybe even completely free, just to test out my program, because I'm trying to, or essentially I'm going to release my program for entrepreneurs who want to start their health and fitness, who can get jacked, build a dream physique, and improve their energy without spending too much time in the gym, making their meals or whatever else bullshit that people do in the grocery store. And I want to do it through a manageable lifestyle that is affordable and you can actually like get all of your work done and all the shit done. So if you're somebody who is interested in this kind of thing and you actually like want to try out my program for free or really cheap, I'll see, then down below you have first link in the description and just the rules for the program. If you are interested, I'm going to like, you're going to use what I give you. So the things that I give you, you're going to use them. You're going to take a picture before, okay? And you're also going to give me feedback on what I'm doing, or how was my program, how was my meal plan, or whatever. Like, do you need help with something? Maybe more explanation there on this and this. And the fourth one is only if I deliver your results and you're like me, is for you to refer somebody who you might also know who's going to benefit from my program, and that's literally it. And so if you're somebody who is interested, then down below first link in the description. I know it's a long CTA, but I have to like make you understand what I'm trying to do essentially with it. But yeah, if you like it, then book a call down below. If you don't like it, then cool. And as always, bye, peace, and see you in the next one. Bye.